24 years. That's how long it's been since England and Argentina met at a World Cup. Not a friendly. Not a qualifier. A World Cup match, with everything on the line. Now it's happening again, in Atlanta, for a place in the final, with the reigning world champions in one corner, and a team that's fought through every single knockout match by the smallest of margins in the other. This is England versus Argentina. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this fixture carries more history than almost any other in football. Let's start with England, because on paper, this doesn't look like a team that should be one win from the final. And that's exactly the point. England opened the tournament with an entertaining 4-2 win over Croatia, then were held to a scoreless draw by Ghana, before a comfortable 2-0 win over Panama secured top spot in the group. Since the knockout rounds started, though, nothing has come easily. In the round of 32, England fell behind DR Congo before Harry Kane scored twice late to complete a comeback win, 2-1. In the round of 16, it got even harder. England went down to 10 men after a red card, conceded twice to host nation Mexico, and still found a way to win 3-2, with Jude Bellingham scoring a 2-minute double and Kane converting a second-half penalty to seal it. Then in the quarterfinal against Norway, England fell behind again, before Bellingham dragged them level and then scored the extra-time winner to book this semi-final spot. Here's the number that tells the story. England has won only 2 of its 6 matches by more than a single goal, and hasn't won by more than 1 goal since the knockout stage began. This is not a team that has dominated its way here. This is a team that has survived its way here. And the reason it's worked is simple: Jude Bellingham. His double against Mexico and his double against Norway mean he's become the first player to score 2 or more goals in consecutive World Cup knockout matches at the same tournament since Diego Maradona did it in 1986, the same tournament, coincidentally, that produced English football's most painful memory against this exact opponent. Bellingham isn't doing it alone. Harry Kane has been the senior partner in this story. Between the two of them, Kane and Bellingham have scored 12 of England's 13 goals at this World Cup, and they're tied at 6 goals apiece. The first time in World Cup history 2 players from the same country have both reached 6 or more goals in the same tournament. But that concentration of goals is also the concern hanging over Thomas Tuchel's team. Bukayo Saka and Declan Rice haven't looked at their sharpest physically. The right-back spot has been a rotating door all tournament, and Jarell Quansah remains suspended after his red card against Mexico. Reece James is back from injury, but unlikely to start fresh off a lengthy layoff, meaning either Ezri Konsa or Jed Spence will be asked to defend one of the most dangerous left sides in world football. Still, for all the bumps in the road, here's where England stands, within 1 win of their first World Cup final since they lifted the trophy on home soil in 1966. 60 years of waiting, and Thomas Tuchel has this team 1 match away from making history. Now, Argentina's story, the reigning world champions, trying to become the first team since Brazil in 1962 to defend the World Cup. Their group stage was about as convincing as it gets, a 3-0 win over Algeria, then wins over Austria and Jordan to complete a perfect run. Since the knockout rounds began, though, Argentina has been dragged into fight after fight. In the round of 32, they needed extra time to get past Cape Verde. In the round of 16, they trailed Egypt by 2 goals in the closing stages of the match before mounting a stunning comeback to win 3-2, one of the most dramatic results of the entire tournament. And in the quarterfinal, a disciplined Switzerland side pushed them all the way to extra time, level through 112 minutes, before a wonder goal from Julian Alvarez finally broke the deadlock in a 3-1 win over 10-man Switzerland, which Lautaro Martinez scored the last goal that made it 3-1. Put it together, and Argentina has now won 6 straight matches at this World Cup, their longest winning run in the tournament's history, while extending their unbeaten World Cup run to 12 matches dating back to 2022. They've scored 17 goals so far, the most of any team in the tournament, just 1 shy of their all-time best of 18, set all the way back in 1930. And at the center of almost everything is Lionel Messi. 8 goals so far, tied for the tournament lead with France's Kylian Mbappé, in what is being treated as his last World Cup. The Switzerland match was the first time all tournament he didn't get on the scoresheet himself, but he still set up Alexis Mac Allister's opening goal. Messi has now recorded 10-plus goal contributions in 2 separate World Cups, 2022 and this one, a feat matched by only 1 other player ever, Mbappé. There's a piece of history sitting quietly underneath all of this too. This will be Argentina's 6th World Cup semi-final appearance, and remarkably, they've won every single one of their previous 5, the best record at this stage of the tournament in World Cup history. Manager Lionel Scaloni is 1 win away from becoming just the second Argentina coach ever to lead the team to consecutive finals, after Carlos Salvador Bilardo did it in 1986 and 1990. What makes this Argentina team dangerous isn't just Messi, though. It's the collective. Enzo Fernandez and Alexis Mac Allister have controlled midfields all tournament, and Julian Alvarez has stepped up with decisive moments of his own, including that extra-time winner against Switzerland. This is a team that has been repeatedly tested, by Cape Verde, by Egypt, by Switzerland, and has found an answer every single time. To understand what Wednesday means, you have to understand what came before it. 1966, England knocks Argentina out of the World Cup on home soil, in a quarterfinal so contentious that Argentina's captain, Antonio Ratton, was sent off and had to be escorted from the pitch by police. England went on to win the tournament. 1986, Diego Maradona, in Mexico City, scores 2 of the most famous goals in World Cup history in the same match against England. One with his fist, forever known as the Hand of God. The other, minutes later, a run from inside his own half past half the England team, still regarded as one of the greatest goals ever scored. Argentina won that quarterfinal and went on to win the tournament. 1998, a young David Beckham is sent off, England plays a man down for most of the second half, and the match goes to penalties, which Argentina wins. 3 meetings. 3 moments that live on well beyond the final whistle. And now, in 2026, a 4th chapter, this time with a World Cup final on the line, not just a trophy. Which brings us to Wednesday's central matchup, Lionel Messi against Jude Bellingham. 2 players who've defined this tournament for their countries, about to share a pitch for the very first time in Messi's career. He's never faced England before. Messi tends to drop deep into pockets of space alongside Enzo Fernandez and Alexis Mac Allister, looking to pull England's shape apart from midfield. Tuchel's likely answer is to build a compact press around Declan Rice and Elliot Anderson, trying to choke off the supply line to Messi before it ever reaches him, while England looks to spring forward through Bellingham, exploiting the space behind Argentina's high defensive line to feed Harry Kane. Add in the numbers around the edges, England's makeshift right-back situation facing off against Argentina's left-sided threat, and you've got a genuine tactical chess match layered on top of one of football's oldest rivalries. So that's the shape of Wednesday. On one side, the reigning champions, battle-tested through 3 straight knockout classics, carrying a perfect record at this stage of the World Cup, and led by a 38-year-old still chasing one final piece of history. On the other, an England side that has never once had things easy this tournament, but has answered every single test with resilience instead of comfort, carried forward by the best young midfielder of his generation. Neither team has arrived here on a smooth path. Argentina has needed extra time twice and a 2-goal comeback once. England has needed a red card survival act, a 2-goal recovery, and an extra time winner. Whoever wins this match will have genuinely earned it, not cruised into a final, but fought their way there through some of the most dramatic knockout football this tournament has produced. And for England, there's a deeper current running underneath it all, the ghosts of 1966, 1986, and 1998, all waiting to see whether this is finally the chapter where the story turns. 24 years since these 2 teams last stood across from each other at a World Cup. 3 of football's most famous encounters are already written into the history books. And now, in Atlanta, one more chapter, with a place in the World Cup final as the prize. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Storyline Football for more daily football stories.